Com. We're with you here Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. We're live free picks for today's actions. So make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications. We want you guys live with us. Get the plays in real time, get the best numbers, and participate in our chat community if you would. Before we get underway, just a couple things. Let you know about our promo code. You can save 20% off all pre and pick packages. When you use that promo code TonyT at checkout, you can access our page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab, get signed up. Always love to hear from you guys. You may post your picks in the comments. And of course, visit our site, Tony'sPicks.com. We are a multi-capper site showcasing top cappers in our industry. Click the links to the hot cappers, get signed up to some of our long-term passes. Hot cappers like Ramon Scott. Look at these numbers for the year. 6,788 units of profit for 2023 based on a 100-unit wager. Ramon has been on absolute fire this year. Good time to get signed up on one of his passes. Just click this link and you'll get signed up. Ralph Raymond doing well. Hollywood Sam as well. Last 30 days, hottest capper right now has been Collins, followed by Ralph Raymond. Last 7 days, Pravi's been on fire here. Keep an eye on Pravi. Last 7 days has been Collins as well. Ralph Raymond coming off a really good day. Pravi with a monster day yesterday as well. Looks like his runners came in the afternoon yesterday, as we have a 24-hour clock here on the last on our leaderboard. Click the links, get signed up to our long-term passes. You'll find the latest premium picks here center of the page. Click the links for the best bets, $15 premium pick and 3-pack, offering great value there. All profit guarantee on the one-day passes. If you prefer, you may purchase the plays a la carte from our pig ticker. There you'll find team versus team information. All right, so let's get underway here with Game Day Picks. With us today on the show, we have Mindy and Ramon Scott. So let's get underway here with the Game Day Picks. We'll start it off here with Mindy. You'll catch her over at Tony'sPicks.com. Also part of the morning's team. Wednesday through Monday here at 9 a.m. Eastern time. We'll bring in Mindy. Ready to roll here. Mindy, what's happening?
Not too much, Tony. I'm ready for some baseball action here. Excited for this Cubs-Marlins game that's on right now. And, of course, for this one here later in the evening, Orioles versus Braves.
Yeah, Orioles and Braves. They usually used to play before they had the schedule change. These teams were the teams that would play a lot in Interleague. And here we go again today. The Braves, these red-hot Braves, boy, they look really good in that Marlins series. Of course, you know, the Orioles have bats as well. They can hit. Braves and Orioles. Braves, $2 favorite here. Total sits 8.5.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Braves are looking for like their fourth straight series victory here, so we'll take a look at them. Braves have Fried on the mound. He is 2-0, 0.45 ERA. The Orioles, Kramer with 2-1, 6.67 ERA. Fried, if I take a look at, some of these splits, he actually has the 0 ERA there at home. Kramer 6.14 on the road, so a little bit better. He also has a 20% K rate, which is above average. He has only allowed this Braves team to a 250 batting average and a 287 slugging percentage, so it's not exactly like this Braves team has hit him hard here in the past. Fried, he has a 114 batting average versus the Orioles and a 380 slugging. Kramer actually has the better numbers here, 9.2 Ks per 9 innings, and Fried 6.7 Ks there per 9. Both of these bullpens are pretty good as well. Both are hovering like around a 3 ERA. Both teams have 9 saves. It also looks like, we talked about me being a little chilly here. It looks like some drizzle tonight for this game here. So I'm going to go ahead and look towards the under of this total 8.5 here tonight, Tony. Going under.
All right, Mindy says go under 8.5. Now we're seeing some different numbers here. Of course, this is again
looking at that live line there.
Yeah, live line. Well, this is from the sharpest book in the world. There's several books up there, several books you can shop and get the best numbers, as well as land-based casinos. I don't know, maybe about 100 or so right now. There's just so many right now out there. But let's see here where the numbers lie here right now here across on my live screen. Let me see what we got here with this. Interleague game, Baltimore. We're seeing some 8.5s now. 8.5s. They're moving, kind of copying this line here. 8.5. We're seeing it now juiced here to -112. So we may see this juice move a little bit here on the next line update. But anyway, the only sweat, of course, would be Kramer, right, against this Atlanta lineup. Sometimes you finish the road trip, you come home, could be without the day off, right? So you play the game. There's no day off. You're back here facing the Orioles. Funny thing, I was looking here at this game, and something really really struck me. I don't know if it's going to matter in this one, especially the way the Braves are playing. You got Fried on the hill today, but I believe it was let's see here. We're looking at the Braves. I think they've had some struggles here at home here against the AL East, and it was an ugly number, something like, let me see if I can find it again here. But yeah, 2-10 at home against the AL East. But well, again, you got Fried on the mound. Of course, Creamer, a pitcher who in current form is struggling right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you said, it's kind of going to depend on some of that, because the interleague play, when I was looking at it, it was interesting, right? It does, kind of show the Orioles team here having maybe a little bit of the better of them. I do like this matchup with Fried. Ramon and I agreed on the Braves today, laying the run and a half, actually, so on the run line. So we feel pretty confident about this Braves team, but I'm just not so sure it's going to be, getting up over, 8 or anything like that. I kind of feel like the Orioles will struggle here a little bit with Fried. Both of these teams, though, if you look at them, outside of interleague play, they've kind of been going over a little bit. Both are sitting at about 7-3 to the over in their last 10, but the under is 5-0 in the last 5 meetings overall between these two teams. And again, like we talked about the interleague, right? The Orioles are 7-0 in their last 8 to the under in interleague play. So again, it gives me a couple more interesting trends in order to hit this under here tonight as well.
Yeah, Creamer here at night games trending under as well. Fried trending under. Also, one thing to keep an eye on here with this trends here. Remember the designated hitter now in the National League, so those AL trends going to keep an eye on, see how that factors into it. But anyway, Orioles Braves under 8. This one have a start time here of 7:20. All right, Mindy, let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com for today's action. Of course, Mindy putting good results in this best bet. 792 units of profit for 2023 in the best bets, guys. We have leaderboards. We have leaderboards 2.0 showing best bets, $15 premiums, and more up there on our site. You'll be able to see each individual sport, sides, totals, money lines. We leaderboard 2.0 located at the bottom of the homepage or where it says who's hot on the top page. All right, Mindy, we got 14 games still to go for Major League Baseball. 1 on the ice, 2 on the NBA hardwood. What do you have going over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, so in action in this early game here today. So what I have left is a 3-pack of Major League Baseball here for you for the evening slate. So you can check that out. Only $25 there. And then I also have my NBA guaranteed best bet of the night. So you can go ahead and take a look at that one as well. Put out my best bets here on the morning Steam show. So make sure you check out the rerun. See what kind of picks Ramon and I came up with. So you can find my best plays over there for free today. And then, of course, you can, take a look at something a little bit longer term, right? No sense in just getting, day by day. Might as well get settled in. We're ready to roll the rest this weekend in Major League Baseball. So it's a great time to get one of those 3-day passes. And, of course, to use the promo code TonyT at checkout.
Try Tony T at checkout is the promo code you could use. So get on board with Mindy today over at Tony's Picks. Of course, Mindy with that NBA guaranteed best bet tonight. You can see her results have been great in the best bets. Also in action with a 3-pack from Major League Baseball. In case Mindy was saying, instead of buying all the plays individually, get the long-term pass. On Friday, the 3-day pass is very, very, very popular, as you can imagine, right? A lot of action on Friday. Friday's payday, so there's a lot of everyone, right? So it's a lot of action here. All of Mindy's pre and plays here for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Of course, we got those 15 baseball games here, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Always the full cards then. Your NBA and NHL playoffs as well. A great time to get that 3-day pass. Of course, we'll let you know you can save 20% off. Just put this promo code exclusive here on our live shows and our videos is the promo code Tony T at checkout. You can access Mindy's page by clicking the link in the description. Click the All Cappers tab and you'll land right at Mindy's page and go ahead and get signed up. All right, Mindy, we also put together a Twitter account for you for Tony's Picks. Mindy, picks there from Mindy. Also a little bit of messaging there about what Mindy has to offer on her service, so it's a good follow there. You can also, we've got the morning Steam, another live show in the archive, a lot of fresh content. Only one game has started on the Pro Card. So there's a lot of MLB, 14 MLBs, the NBA, the NHL is up there, guys. And of course, we'll find some more content from you as well on the Discord.
That's right. So you can check me out at Tony's Picks Mindy at the Twitterverse, where you can go ahead and reach me for some more free picks there. Also, you can find me every morning, like Tony's talked about, on the morning steam, where Ramon and I break down the full MLB, NBA, and NHL card. You get all of the steam plays from Ramon. He gives you all the info, all the details, as much as we can for starting lineups, things like that, injuries, and of course, we have the chat room, which is one of the biggest parts of our show, right? Where you kind of get to be the star to put in your pick on how you think you're going to go, and then come back and brag about it the next day. So it's a lot of fun. We try to go ahead and gain consensus there, and then of course repackage those as our premium morning Steam consensus picks. So yeah, make sure you check us out every Wednesday through Monday, 8 a.m. Central. And then, of course, you can find, the chat room for more action. The Morning Steam chat room, some more of Tony's Picks live viewers. You can check us out in the Discord, totally free, where you can go in and get more info, right? You can take a look at if you guys like to do parlays. So there's parlays in there, same game parlays, player props. They go ahead and update information. Ramon puts the Steam plays in there, so a lot of good stuff. So it's really, I think, in your best interest to go ahead and sign up for the Discord there as well.
Try Discord. Find the link there in the live chat to the Discord, and of course, you'll get to the entry page of Tony's Picks folder. But all the content right now on the Morning Steam folder, as Mindy was saying, a lot of player props, picks from the Butterscotch Lock you'll find there as well. A lot of the folks that you see here in the community, and we just really talk about this on our live shows. So a lot of the live folks that you see here in our live shows, they're the ones that are posting there in the Discord. So it's a lot of smart people in there. So go ahead and get signed up there to the Discord. Of course, sign up for Mindy's passes today, 3-day passes, great value here on Friday. And of course, follow her on the Twitter account, Tony's Picks Mindy. Right. All right, Mindy, as always, great having the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again on Monday.
All right, thanks so much. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, Mindy Han here on Game Day Picks. Guys, with you here on Game Day Picks Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications. We want you guys live with us. Of course, participate in our chat. Shout out there to Blake in the chat room today with us. All right, let's continue on here on Game Day Picks. Time for Ramon Scott. You'll catch him over at Tony'sPicks.com. Top of the leaderboards over at Tony's Picks for the year. Fantastic results. Ramon, what's happening?
Yeah, Tony watching the ball game here, watching coverage from Churchill Downs for Derby weekend. It's going to be fun. Watch the races next couple of days as well as our sports action. So
we're getting some feedback from your microphone or your speaker there. We're getting a lot of static when you talk.
Okay, brother. Maybe I need to come in and out.
Come in and out. Yeah, we'll come in and out. We'll do some scoreboards as you do that. All right, Ramon's going to come back in and out. We're getting a lot of that static background, so we're going to go ahead and let's give you a little update on what's happening here over on the scores right now. As I know, we do have a game right now in progress when Ramon gets back here. Marlins and Cubs. The Cubs closed here with Justin Steele amount -166. We go to the middle of the fourth here. Cubs 1-0 here against the Marlins. Of course, the Marlins got paddled, struggled there in that Braves series. Cubs also struggled in their series against the Nationals for runs here, and that's right now in the middle of the fourth inning. And of course, we really that's the only day game going on now. We do have afternoon action here at 6:35 Eastern Time. Pirates and Blue Jays. Pirates, they're getting tough right after that Rays series. They get the Blue Jays now at home, so that's how it rolls there with today's action. All right, that's how it rolls here for today. And of course, back to that Marlins game, we'll keep an eye on that one. It looks like Ramon. Let's see if he's signing back in again, or should I go to my pick? I think we'll go to my pick, and then we'll go back to Ramon. All right, let's get into my play right now. We'll do it a little early. It's NBA today. We're going to be looking here at this one let me get my full odds here, if I remember where I have it here with all these new scenes on our channel, all these new scenes. Nuggets and the Suns tonight here. The Suns here favored for. The total sits here at 225. I'm going to be looking at this total here, and I'm going to be going to over 224.5. I see 225. That's the sharpest book in the world, so maybe we are seeing some sharp play here on this over. And I can tell you right now that 224.5 is really where it's at right now in a lot of places. Of an opener of 225.5, it's sold 225 here, but 224.5 is widely available as we speak right now. And one of the reasons here for this play is, remember when Chris Paul was injured, right? When Chris Paul was injured, the Phoenix Suns really struggled on the defense. That was the big thing with them, and I do believe here that the Nuggets guard play is going to be able to exploit the lack of depth here for this Suns team right now, as we're looking at Chris Paul being out of this game. Matter of fact, he's the only injury right now for the game is Paul. It's a clean injury report here for the Denver Nuggets, and of course, they're looking at this one. The Nuggets. Are shooting here. They had shot 47% in that win. Did not shoot the three very well, but still got away with it, right? They were able to win that game. Of course, Chris Paul with that groin injury in this one. But really looking here at Denver here, they've won 6 of 7 playoff games. They're hitting 47% from the field, 38% from three. And really going to be looking at this. The fact here is the Suns defense. That is the biggest concern for me. And also the lack of depth we talked about, right? With that trade to bring in Kevin Durant. I mean, there's a lot's going to be on Durant, a lot's going to be on Booker. But then again, you're going to get your points there from the Suns with Booker and Durant. But again, I just think the overall guard play here is going to be a little bit much here for this Suns to defend. So I like the over here, over 224.5. The Nuggets and the Suns. This one will have a start time here of 10 p.m. Eastern time. The NBA tonight will be over on ESPN. All right, over at TonySpix.com right now, guys. I have plays for you right now. I have 4 premiums on the board. Right now, I have a best bet, standalone best bet here from baseball right now, so get on board with that. Or you can get to my 3-pack where I have my 2 NBAs as well as a Major League Baseball there right now on that 3-pack. So 4 premium plays on the board, or you can go longer term with me at my 3, 7, or 30 all sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that time period you select when you go over to my handicapper page and you make that purchase. All right, let's continue on here on game day picks. I think Ramon put a nice note there about our man Nick Vartini on a nice run here. 11-1 last 12 MLB pick releases on the site. Nick Vartini, keep an eye on Nick over at TonySpix.com. All right, let's continue on here on the show. Looks like Ramon is back signed in again. Hopefully we got that sound corrected. We'll bring Ramon in right now. I think we're ready to roll with Ramon. Ramon, what's happening?
Hi, Tony. How am I doing?
Much better, much better.
Okay.
No more static cling or whatever they call that. But anyway, Ramon, we're ready to look here at the game tonight between. Well, this was the game that took forever to get a line, and we have a line now here. Rangers and the Angels here. Angels here minus 137, total 9.5.
Yeah, it's a rehash for me actually, but Mindy and I really weren't making. I hope no one holds us to it too much this morning, Tony, as far as making a pick. So I just want to come back and maybe clarify. I'm just going to stick with my pick from this morning, and if I didn't think that was the right pick, I would have come on here and said so. But we weren't sure at the time because Eovaldi may have been needed in this spot. This is the Jake DeGrom spot, so you can't blame Texas for trying to figure out what they're going to do this weekend against the Angels. What they've done is they've settled on Dane Dunning here, who definitely has made plenty of starts in the major leagues, and he also has been a reliever so far this year. He may not even be starting this game. They may still consider an opener here, but Dunning expected to get the majority of the innings. It will be his first start of the season, but we know we've seen Dunning in the starting role before. He is 2-0 with a 1.77 ERA in 8 appearances so far this season, but he's going to be facing a pretty tough Angel lineup tonight that has had some success against him. The Angels have had a 20 or 12. Mike Trout's hit a couple of home runs off of him in just 12 plate appearances. Ward is homered off of Dunning, so I think the Angels can get to him tonight. I still have the Angels inside my top 10 as far as offensive production right now. Trout took the last game off, so he is back in this one, and I think the Angel offense pretty well suited whatever Texas has to do. If they're scrambling a little bit, that's going to be good for the Angels. They've gone over in 3 of their last 4 games and over in 3 of the last 4 starts for Tyler Anderson. Anderson comes in with a 7.84 ERA in his last 4 starts. They've gone over in 3 of those 4 starts. Now, he's going up against a pretty good, decent lineup here from Texas, which I certainly have very close to my top 5 offensive teams. Just have them right now outside of the top five. Tony probably number six overall, but I do see some bats tonight I like in this one. Marcus Semien. How about Jung? He just had two home runs in his last game. Heim has homered off of Anderson, and the Rangers have gone over 19 of their games so far this season, nearly 2-1 pace as far as going over for the Rangers. So I'm going to stick with that total to go over tonight, Tony, in Texas, and the Angels at nine. Nine. I see nine. What I sent in, it doesn't surprise me that this one looks like it has indeed moved higher. So I'll, take what you got there from the sharpest book, put myself up against. I do see it's juiced to the under there, so maybe you can find the right price. But I'm showing most of the books at that 9.5 under. So I posted a little earlier, and no doubt maybe we've seen that move to the over because of what I'm seeing in this game, and that is I expect offense tonight from the Rangers and the Angels in Anaheim.
All right, Ramon says go over. Now it is now over 9.5 here with the Rangers and the Angels. There is a 9-1 sharp offshore book, and it's juiced at -120. So do your shopping, get the best numbers if you can. Of course, yeah, Ramon. When you think of Dane Dunning, it's very, very simple. He's a play on at home and a go against on the road. It's no surprise that he's a relief pitcher now. And my only concern here is Dunning is will he just go through the lineup once, the Angel lineup once with his horrible form on the road?
Yeah, that's what they're. The question is, as far as reading the beat writers from the Rangers on Twitter right now, is that maybe Dunning would be better suited here with an opener to get through and start him near at least the fourth spot or deeper in that second inning if necessary, or whatever, that maybe he'll just handle the bulk of the innings. Certainly that's what the design of an opener is to, kind of fade that top of the lineup and then have them come around and face them on the back end. And that's why you serve an opener. We know that if done correctly, we've seen one team in particular that knows how to do it pretty well.
Yeah.
Kind of the ingenuity, of course, of an old manager that used to coach the Angels, Joe Madden, and it certainly worked for the Tampa Bay Rays. Here it's just out of necessity. Like I said, this is the Jake DeGrom spot. How it's going to affect Texas's rotation this week. I mean, Eovaldi is scheduled to go in the next game. He will not be involved in this game as was expected, and he's scheduled to go on Saturday. Texas will miss Ohtani, by the way, in this key series. I mean, no doubt, might not be the biggest series out in Southern California this week, but Texas, the way they're playing, and that 18-12 record so far, and the Angels certainly pleasant surprise, 18-14. Cross your fingers, Angels fans, that they keep this steady going up. This is what they need and they've wanted. They've got the two superstars. You always wonder, can they get it done with Mike Trout? And maybe they'll get it done, get something done this year with this team. But no doubt Texas will have to adjust from this point forward because of DeGrom at this point, and see how they can manage with what's going to be happening here with them currently. But don't know the lineup tonight, but I do like this top of the order for Texas against Anderson, Semien, maybe Jankowski, Nathaniel Lowe, Adonis Garcia, followed by Jung and Heim tonight. Angels also pretty well slotted against Dunning, certainly with Neto, Trout, Renfroe, Rendon, and Drury, then Ward, Ohtani in there, of course, as well. So we'll see what happens in this one, but I'm just going to still stick with my pick that I gave this morning. Mindy and I maybe if she's still with us, we could ask her if she went with them. Tony, you had them on your show, but maybe it's the spot for Texas today. But I'm going to come back on here and just kind of reiterate and also kind of clean it up for us here on the Tony's Picks channel, because the information was a little bit lacking heading into the game. So just kind of mopping up the pieces a little bit here on our site, as we try to give you the best information on our channel. That's what we do here on Tony's Picks.
That's right. Of course, we didn't mention with Anderson. Yeah, he was kind of the one you were going against, right? Because that's been some poor form, 6 ERA. Again, another one that leaves the Dodgers, and we look what happens, right? 15% strikeouts. He's given up a lot of contact. He's given up 2 home runs per 9 innings. That's the massive concern here with this Anderson starter here for the Angels here. And also, we always talk about Madden in the opener. I will say this. He didn't have the stones to do it, but Lou Piniella was the one who really mentioned about opening. Remember, he had those horrible bullpens, all these blown saves, and Lou Piniella says, "I'm just going to start a reliever and have the starters finish the game." And he never did it, right?
Yeah, and this Anderson coming in here against Dunning, like I said, but you do have some guys that have touched him up a little bit. Mentioned Heim with the homer. Garcia's got a couple of doubles, and Nathaniel Lowe has a double off of him. But you see the numbers, or the numbers there. You talked about it, Tony. The ERA near 8 over his last 4 starts right now. So the Angels can come pretty heavy with their right-handed bats in this one. And we'll see. And I don't know. I think the nature of what we've seen in some of these Angel games are some strong pitching early. I'm not calling these bullpens weak necessarily at this point. I mean, I know we've been on this situation with the Angels all season and that bullpen, and no doubt they've had their moments, if you will. I don't know what else to call it, but they've blown it a lot of times. But they right now 5th in the league in ERA. I just can't ignore the fact that even though they've blown these blown a lot of high-profile leads, they've still got that bullpen ERA under 3. So that is a good mark for the Angels. I'm going to need that blow-up, obviously, but I just want to keep pointing that out because we've been critical of them so far. I think they are kind of might be second in the league with those 12 saves as well. Texas, not so much. They got 3.71 bullpen ERA, and they may have to use it extensively because even though Dunning does have that starting experience, he has not been stretched out, obviously, as much this year with 8 appearances already in the first month plus of the season.
All right, Ramon here on this Rangers Angels over a 9.5 runs. So, Ramon, before we get to the promo here, did you have anything from the Kentucky Derby?
No, Tony, you know what? I was going to come in with it, and I was going to go with that horse from Japan, the 50-1 shot. I want to take a dart and throw it at
All right, so you're going to save it for the morning steam tomorrow?
Why don't we do that?
All right.
Why don't we do that?
There's been some scratches. All right, so we'll save it. Okay, so it'll save it morning steam. Ramon will have that.
Unprecedented, really.
Yeah. So Ramon will have
unprecedented number of scratches.
Yeah, that's a lot of scratches there, and of course Ramon will have his Kentucky Derby pick on the morning steam tomorrow morning. Now, of course, tune in 9 a.m. Eastern time, and we'll have the video up there. I'll have plenty of time because that race doesn't start until about 5:30 Eastern time, if I remember correctly. All right, Ramon, here on the over. This one will have a start time 9:38 Eastern time. All right, Ramon, let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com for today's action. Put up those great numbers again for Ramon. 6,788 units of prop for 2023, all sports combined. Top industry, I must just say top industry handicapper in any of these multi-capper sports that are legit with legit records that grade it with a 100-unit wager. It's a fantastic number right here, Ramon. All right, today 14 games stolen car from Major League Baseball. We also have 2 NBA, 1 on the ice, head into a UFC weekend as well. What do you have going over at Tony's Picks?
Well, how about it, Tony, tonight in Major League Baseball? I got a 3-pack up there for you with my top 3 plays in MLB tonight. That may be it. I've given out a lot of plays so far. Mindy and I agreed on 6 plays on the morning steam. That leaves me right now with a 3-pack in Major League Baseball for $30 over at Tony'sPicks.com. Pick that one up. And also in the playoff sports tonight, I got a 3-pack tonight with the 3 games in the playoffs, the 2 in the NBA, the 1 in the NHL. It's get it over at Tony'sPicks.com. Should be a good night of action in the NBA, Tony, with those 2 big games. And, of course, moving now New Jersey and Carolina to Game 2 in the NHL playoffs. So pick up the packages there for tonight, or hang on with me this weekend. Let's get that number going. Try to get it over 7 dimes. I've been talking about that a couple of days. That doesn't make me feel great. So let's do it tonight and get that winner home. Get over 7 dimes on the. Keep ahead of whoever's behind me there. I don't know. Maybe I'll go track them down and see. Get a shout out to some of those other sites or something. Who's catching me? Let's do it tonight. Grab a 3-day, a 7-day. Let's get through the weekend together and see what all the hype is about here with Ramon Scott. Got the 3-day pass, 7-day pass, 30-day pass, or my year-long pass. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20% off all premium pick packages. Also see a couple bonus packages there. Or I say bonus packages, but you can get just my baseball, which is starting to heat up, certainly. That's been kind of carrying us a little bit. Also, those other postseason, going to reduce those prices a little bit with the season running down, but still got some exciting series here. And grab a 3-day. Let's get through the weekend together. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Got picks for you. Yes, Major League Baseball. Yes, NBA basketball. Yes, NHL hockey, but also UFC 288 from New Jersey with a pretty exciting card this weekend. A main event, a 5-round co-main event this weekend as they return to New Jersey for UFC. So should be a good card this weekend. I'll be in action certainly on there with at least a 3-pack. Last week went with a 5-pack and still turned a profit. So if you get on with that 3-day card, you'll get all those plays in the UFC this weekend. So those are the features. And I want to come with it. I will say, Tony, my philosophy on the Derby will not change. I might not have total faith in anything that I throw out in the Derby, but that's the nature of the Derby to me. I'm looking for price horses. I'm looking to beat any of these favorites. Even the favorites, you get great prices in the Kentucky Derby. But with a field like this, you're always going to be able to ring the bell somehow. Never totally chalky up top. I think that's proven long term and short term. Even a medium favorite is going to pay pretty well. So almost can kind of like filling out a Keno card, Tony. You can almost fill it out. A terrible philosophy, but in this race, it does not hurt to just have hunch plays, random tickets. Different types of trifecta, superfecta type of things, because that's what happens in this race. I promise you, anybody hitting the chalk is going to be ripping up tickets. That really, year in and year out, it rarely comes in the favorite. And with the chaos of this, remember this is kind of the group now, if you will. These are the 3-year-olds that. If anything, as far as, I don't know if the breeding was necessarily fouled up by the pandemic or anything, but we are, at May 5th, 2023. That could speak volumes a little bit. But again, that's the philosophy of the race, in my opinion. Might be better suited to get involved with the Oaks this afternoon, like in the Pletcher horse here, a Gambling Girl, probably going off at about 10-1. And that race goes off in a little more than 2 hours. The Kentucky Oaks, which in Kentucky they say Friday's the day you go to the Derby, Saturday's for amateurs. So the sun shines bright in my old Kentucky home. I can't sing the rest of the song to you because it's too controversial, but
that's right, guys.
Appreciate you, Tony.
Get on board with Ramon Scott over at Tony's Picks to see the great results here for Ramon here as we put the numbers up again. 6,788 units of profit, all documented over at Tony's Picks. So go ahead and get signed up for one of Ramon's premium plays. As you can see, he's got his Friday night 3-pack from baseball and his playoff 3-pack as well, 2 NBA and hockey up there. And again, as he mentioned, go ahead and get the long-term passes, 3, 7, or 30 all sports pass. Get all Ramon's premium plays for that period of time you select. When you go to his handicapper page, make that purchase. The way Ramon's running, you may consider that 1-month all sports pass. That will take you into the finals, right, of the NBA and NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, MLB for 30 days, as well as, Ramon also delves in his UFC. There may be some tennis in there, could be some soccer. You guys go ahead and get signed up. Use that promo code TONYT at checkout. You'll save $66 off his 1 month pass or any of the passes up there. We just did the math on the 1 month. You can access Ramon's page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab. Of course, you'll land right on Ramon's page and get signed up. All right, Ramon. Also, we put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony's Picks Ramon. Embedded videos up there as well. And, of course, they can find some of your content over on the Discord. And, of course, lots of coverage there on the morning steam.
Yeah, we put some content in the Discord yesterday, Tony. Just ironic, believe me. But, Tony, I don't play too many college baseball games right now until the postseason with the site because we only cover the postseason. But I put in a handful of plays during the regular season so far on some games. And I put in a pretty big favorite about a week ago. And by golly, wouldn't you know it, Tony, I gave out LSU, unbeknownst to me. I didn't get any phone calls or warnings or heads up, but I gave out the play that ended up being the controversial game in the Alabama-LSU game. I gave out LSU. I didn't know Alabama was not going to start their regular starting pitcher. Nobody called me. But just a little funny aside that the play I gave out in the Discord turned out to be the controversial game that has actually landed the former Alabama head coach in hot water, got him fired. He shared some information. The investigators are all over this. This is why regulation is so great. This is why everyone can be confident that many times, there could be slip-ups, but look at this situation where just a little bit of activity on a game where you're not seeing a lot of sports can be a red flag real easy. And look where his hand landed the Alabama coach without a job now because he shared a little bit of information that was easily tracked by regulators now because everything's tracked electronically with the books. And, when you make some bets like that, they just stand out like a sore thumb. So these guys didn't know what they were doing, obviously. So anyways, Tony, join me at Tony's Picks Ramon. I'll find another pick here on this card somehow and get picked to you on Twitter tonight to promote my cards tonight. Join us in the Discord. You get lots of interesting content over there. I don't not only put plays, opinions, but also some coverage of some stories like that. And we're seeing some other news come out, and I share it over there on the Discord. So join us there with our Tony's Picks, our morning steam group. You see plenty of they're discussing the games today, going over picks, sharing tickets and stuff like that. So just another way to stay involved with us here at Tony'sPicks.com. 2 embedded videos today as well on the website. Tony, check out my videos today here with my sponsored video in the Oakland-Kansas City game. I also have our leaderboard video where I talk about the best handicappers of the day, of the week, of the month, including my man right here above me, Tony T, with a pair of 4-0 performances, if I'm not mistaken, this week. Did that yesterday as well as one of our hot cappers. So you can check out my leaderboard video as well, where I have a play in the game between the Twins and the Guardians. So you want 2 more free plays? We've got embedded videos on the website where I've given out some other information as well as a couple of plays. So that's always another way to get more plays from Ramon Scott if you like that number and want to get involved. My best plays are the premium picks, but we try to win every play that we give out. They're all research. It's all I do. Sitting here at handicap, watch games, my favorite thing in the world to do. And landed with Tony, and boy, what a great situation it's been. Allows me to do the things that I like to do, and get paid a little bit to do it as well. And when you're winning, it's like a double bonus, Tony. When you're winning with your players, you're winning, with your plays and things like that. So get involved with me. When you join me, you're with me, and we're betting together. That's what I feel like, and I put, I know I put the pressure on myself to perform, and we're going to do it again. By the time I see you on Monday, Tony, we're going to have that 7 dimes up there.
7 dimes. That's right. We're looking for 7 dimes. Of course, they catch Ramon over at the Twitter account we set up for him, Tony's Picks Ramon. Make sure you get over there and opt in and subscribe to that YouTube feed for Ramon, because a lot of content there for Ramon. And, of course, check out that morning steam on the recap. And tomorrow, tune in and get that Kentucky Derby pick from Ramon. All right, Ramon, as always, great having your show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again on Monday.
Thank you, Tony. Thanks, everyone.
Got Ramon Scott here on Game Day Picks. Guys, we're with you here on Game Day Picks Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications, be live with us, get the plays in real time. Of course, take part in our community, in our chat room, and as well taking part within our Discord, where the conversation continues, is over in our Discord. A lot of great community members there posting plays and over there on that Discord. So guys, make sure you click that link. All right, you got my pick already, so let's get to the recap for you right now. And it was a Mindy today with Orioles, Braves under 8. Ramon, Rangers, Angels now over 9.5. That line has moved a bit, and I'll be on the Nuggets, Suns over 224.5. Let's get you some updates here on the scoring here today. Looks like we've got Marlins hit the board, but a 2-run homer by the Cubs here in the 5th inning, and has made this score here now 3-1. Let's get the update here for you right now. 3-1 Cubs here, top of the 6th. We're actually now moving to the bottom of the 6th. The Marlins side retired here in the 6th, so bottom 6th, the Cubs still holding that 3-1 lead, and of course they closed it with Justin Steele on the hill, -166 favorites. The run line coming in at +118, and of course the total sitting here at 9, still sitting under that total, but we still have quite a bit of baseball left to go in that one. That does it here for the day baseball. All right, that's going to do it here for our show, guys. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us in. Blake in the chat room as well. Everybody head on over to Discord where the conversation continues. That's going to do it here for the show. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from day. We'll wake up. Bye, guys. You guys have a great afternoon, evening. We'll catch